So this is part 2 of section 1.3, and we're going to be writing linear equations. When you write linear equations, we want to use the form y equals mx plus b. So we've got to be able to find the slope, and we've got to find the y-intercept. So they give us our slope of 3, so we already know part 3x. But now we've got to find the plus b part. Well, you can use this formula, b equals y minus mx. That comes from solving this equation. So we've got to get b by itself, so I'm going to subtract mx from each side, and we end up with b equals y minus m times x. So this is x. This is y, so let's just plug in. b equals 1 minus 3 times negative 1, which is 1 plus 3, which would be 4. So in this case, b equals 4. M was given, so that's going to become y equals 3x plus 4. The price to rent a jet ski for 1.5 hours is $63.50. To rent the jet ski for 3 hours, it's $89. So 1.5, $63.50. 3 hours, $89. So to be able to write the equation of the line, we're going to have 2 ordered pairs. And if you see here, one of the ordered pairs is 1.5 and $63.50. The other ordered pair would be 3 and $89. So we first have to find m, which is y2 minus y1 over 3 minus 1.5. So that's 25.5 over 1.5. And we can clean that up by dividing. We get 17. So the slope of this problem is 17, but we still have to find b. And it's easiest to use this formula. So y, doesn't matter which one we pick, I'm going to pick this one. Y is 8,900. No, it's not. It's $89 minus the slope times x, which is 3. So b equals 89 minus 17 times 3. It's 38. So here's b, here's m. Let's write our equation. Y equals m, which is 17, x plus b. Suppose you purchase a car for $16,000. 5 years later, it is depreciated to a value of $4,500. Write a linear equation to represent the car's value. So at 0 years, it was $16,000. At 5 years, the cost was $4,500. So find the equation of the line. So 4,500 minus 16,000 over 5 minus 0 negative 11500 divided by 5 is negative 2300. So that's M. B is Y minus MX. So 16,000 minus negative 2300 times 0, which ends up being 16,000. If you recognize this as the y-intercept, then you would not have had to do this part. So our equation is y equals negative 2300 x plus 16,000. It says explain the meaning of the slope. So our slope is negative 2300 over 1. Y stood for money. X stood for years. So we can say that the car depreciated $2,300 each year. Now it says find the intercepts and explain their meaning. Well, intercepts, we let x equal 0, we let y equal 0. We already know the y-intercept. And that means at 0 years, the car, the car is $16,000.
Any boys soccer player who has paid their dues can come to Coach Jones' room at this time and pick their backpack up.
If we put 0 in for y and solve, we're going to subtract 16,000 and subtract 16,000, so we get negative 16,000 equals negative 2,300x. And if we divide, we get 6.95. 6.96. So x equals 6.96. So our x-intercept is 6.960. So we could say after, say, 7 years, after 7 years, the car cost is $0. If you need any more explanation on these, I'll be glad to cover them again in class. Alright, parallel lines have same slopes. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. What that means is they're going to have a sign change and you're going to flip-flop the fraction. So are these slopes parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Since they are the same, both are 5, they are parallel. Since this is 4 over 1, if we flip it, we get 1 over 4, and if we change the sign, we get negative 1/4, which is what that is. So these are perpendicular. This is 6 over 1. This is not 6, so they're not parallel. It's not 1 over 6 and change the sign, so this one would be neither. if we look at this one, this would be over 1. If we flip it, we get this and change the sign, but we can't leave it like that. We have to multiply by the square root of 2, which gives us the negative square root of 2 over 2. So yes, they are perpendicular. So I'm going to stop this video and make a part 3.